principal, colleague teachers, and the students. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning again.
Good morning, sir.
God is good.
All the time.
And all the time. Yeah, I am here with a few comments to make. One of them is to appreciate the Form 2s and Form 3s for successfully completing your exams, though it was not well done. So as we close today, you will know that God cannot be mocked. Galatians 6:7. You reap what you sow. Number 2, I have a message for Form 4s. One is an article that I'll post on the notes board for you to read. I had to write this following what I saw yesterday in the dining. That Form 4s, it is time that you must be very careful. And this article, it is called an outbreak of a disease called exameningitis. Exameningitis, the symptoms Form 4s are 1, migraine headache. You'll feel headache almost every other time. Lack of concentration and panic. You are just panicking around and you cannot concentrate. Diarrhea, which comes on and off without any physical cause. Fatigue, anxiety, you are very anxious. And last time I mentioned of chlorophobia. Then we have insomnia, that is loss of sleep. As Form 4s, you cannot sleep. You just want to be awake the whole day and the whole night. Aggression and a sense of hopelessness. That is what I witnessed yesterday in the dining. People have become very aggressive because they have lost hope. They just wish to finish. Huyu Ibrahim anajifanya yeye alisoma, tutammaliza. You know, you have to be very careful with people who have not been reading. You know, they have come back. The other day I was checking the register. There are people who have stayed away for 9 weeks and they just appeared yesterday for prayers. God cannot be mocked. Okay? So even if you go to the Miracle Center, Muslim, God cannot be mocked. You cannot stay at home for 9 weeks, then you come expecting miracles. They cannot happen. Persistent and non-adjunctive thinking and concern over failure. You are just thinking of failure all the time because you are not prepared. Another symptom is rural appetite for food. I also saw this yesterday. People are struggling as if they have never eaten. That is rural appetite for food. It's a symptom of people who are preparing for exams who have not read. So, I want to let Form 4s know that this is a very dangerous time. There are people who have not been reading, and you have been reading. They call you all the names, Ombwere. That is a bookworm. They will discourage you. They will tell you that the exam, we have it. Don't read. But please, don't follow others blindly. The other day there was a Form 3 who even missed an exam. I cannot remember the name. The chemistry practical he missed simply because he followed another student, his friend, who also decided he should miss the practical exam. I even want to mention it here that he followed his friend to go and work in the hotel that the father of the friend is owning. I think the speaker yesterday was very categorical and very specific. He gave you all the examples. I was watching on YouTube in the office that some of you will give an excuse that I got only 187. He gave you an example, isn't it, Ombwele? People who got even very low marks, but they rolled up their sleeves and they ended up passing exams. People from very humble beginnings. So there is no excuse whatsoever that you are going to make for you to fail the exam. The only unfortunate thing is you yourself, you have decided that you don't want to come to school. And others are just following their friends. Don't follow someone. In fact, if you go to a meat packing industry, we have what we call a Judas goat. The Judas goat is placed in front of the sheep so that they follow that sheep. It is like, sheep, they just follow each other, isn't it? So they place it there, it is automated. These others, they don't struggle pushing them to the slaughterhouse. Once this one is in front, these ones will follow. So the machine just separates this one and lets these ones in to be slaughtered. That is what some of you are doing. You are just following others. There is one case I will never forget, and listen to the story. It happened immediately after we finished our university in 1991. Okay? 34 years ago. We had completed this and Massline. We were 6 university graduates who had just finished our teaching practice. Father Ryan, who was the chaplain of the school where I had gone for teaching practice, invited us for dinner. He's an American. So we found the table. We had the appetite of young graduates. So they had laid the table, 5-course food there. So we had all the appetite, waiting now to start eating. Father Ryan was the priest. He was taking his time, reading his book as we were waiting, swallowing saliva with appetite. So we did not know how to start because there was mushroom soup there, there was some pieces of bread, there was milk, then now the meat, the kuku. Then we just told each other, since we don't know what to do next, let us wait for Father Ryan to start, so that we follow what we shall also do. We never wanted to get embarrassed. So Margaret, this is what happened. We waited for Father Ryan to start because we did not know, we had never taken soup and all that, appetizers before the real meal. So Father started. He took some little soup, mixed with some milk, which we also started doing. Put some loaf of bread. Okay. Then he mixed. We also mixed. Then the funny thing came. Now we are now starting to eat. He called his pussy. So he called the pussy by the name Run. So the pussy came and he put the whatever he had mixed on the ground for the pussy to eat. Now all the 6 of us became pussies because for us, after the mixing, for us, we just started eating. Then Father took his time now and started the real way of starting to eat by getting the soup, mushroom soup, which was an appetizer, For us, we had poured everything, even all our milk. Kumbe, the milk was supposed to be taken later with coffee. Ours, we had mixed it, we are now taking like the pussy.